time to wrap this portion up with a little bit of flair as we take on Versus Mode. What is up, YouTube? I'm your friendly neighborhood NMan64, and I'm bringing you the final portions of... Now, what the hell? We'll go with Luigi's Poltergust. Where we take on the final portions of Mario races. We'll do 10 races. There we go. Any good number things? I don't like that. We're taking on the final portion of Mario Kart DS's portion of the 50th LP Extravaganza, in which we take on my 10 favorite courses, preferably one from each thing if I can muster it, and judging from this, probably not, but we will start naturally with Baby Park. Why? Because, well, I want to start with Baby Park, because Baby Park is pure chaos. And Luigi deserves chaos in his life, especially if I'm driving as him. So this will be wrapping up this will be wrapping up a pretty big portion of the 50th LP Extravaganza by this point, because as you can tell, we've done 2 games so far, and once we do Mario Kart Wii, we have done every game that I plan on doing that isn't on the Switch in some capacity. We do not have to record Mario Kart Super Circuit off the Wii U, because we're going to be doing it via the Switch. We're going to be doing Super Mario Kart via the Switch. We're going to be doing Mario Kart 64 via the Switch. And then the final crane kick is going to be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is obviously only on the Switch. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. We wrapped up the last portion of this talking about my Conker's Bad Fur Day LP. So we really should focus this next portion on basically wrapping up till we get to LP number 30, because I have a lot to say about that one in particular, given the circumstances surrounding it. So, LP number 27 is one of the bigger ones. That was Kingdom Hearts Days. Let's see. We'll go Delfino Square. We'll go Delfino Square for this one. Kingdom Hearts Days is one of those weird Kingdom Hearts games that acts like it's more important than it actually is. In reality, it only matters for like 2 scenes in Kingdom Hearts 3, where it's like, oh, who's this one? Oh, well, there you go. That answers my question. Because in reality, it's not like Shion matters that much to the overall arc of the story. It doesn't change anything that she's going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes, it doesn't spoil anything that she's in Kingdom Hearts 3, because they spoiled her being in the game already, given how she was in Dream Drop Distance. I know I make fun of her by saying there's nobody on screen. That's an old, mean joke that people have been using on the internet since, God, like the mid-2010s, like even earlier than that. But I don't care. Game's fun. The only regret I have is apparently my fight with Saix got cut, or had something happen to it, like the video file just stopped existing for some reason. Maybe when we were doing some editing or cropping out of some videos, maybe Dee accidentally clicked on it and deleted it. Again, I don't blame her if she did. It happens to the best of us. If it was that case, it happens. I wish I had the footage for it, but unfortunately it's been long lost to time. And I have no intention of going back to playing through that entire game just to get the Saix again. It's really not that big of a fight anyway. Saix is just a dick that likes to take punishment, but that's about it. It's sort of like the Xemnas fight in Dream Drop Distance, but, you know, nothing too grand about that. That's my only regret, because the rest of the LP was pretty fine. Maybe I would have put in more of the PS3/PS4 footage afterwards, but I had no control over that, so... Well, for the first few videos. Maybe I would have in hindsight done it, but like I said, it's not. It wasn't my total judgment call for that point, so whatever. LP number 28 is Super Smash Bros. The Anthology series, which is similar to this in that I play a bunch of games instead of not just one game. Naturally, as you can tell, we haven't finished it yet due to extenuating circumstances. First one was being that Smash Ultimate's DLC characters weren't released yet. And then the big one now being that my computer wasn't working. Now that I have all those things working, we're probably going to go back and wrap up Smash Ultimate's portion of it, like do the rest of the World of Light, which unfortunately means I'm going to have to go back and start World of Light all over again and get to the point where we were in the LP where I died, or where the thing died, which sucks, but again, I get to keep all my spirits this time, hopefully, which means it'll be a little bit easier. And hopefully we won't have as much problems with kicking Galeem's ass or Chuck's ass or whatever the dark thing's name is. And no, apparently the game lied. The cutscene where Sephiroth shows up lied because Sephiroth does nothing against this. Oh, okay. Okay, Luigi. Okay. Apparently you like being in 7th place on Choco Mountain. I don't, but apparently you... What? 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 You know what? No, you're not, I'm not gonna acknowledge that. We're gonna just pretend that did not happen. We are gonna go back and do it at some point. It may not be after we wrap up this LP, because I may jump into the next project after that. I may end up doing another game. I may end up waiting a few ticks before I do another one. I haven't decided yet, because I still have to go back and do the complete saga, which is its own beast in of itself that I have to take care of. And hope to God that my PS3 will function, or else I'll have to get it for another game system. Most likely the Xbox 360, and then... No, I can't even do that, because I'd have to get it for the Wii. I'd have to get it for the Wii. And I'd have to record it in really shitty non-HD, which sucks. At least with the PS3 I can record it that way, but I don't know if it's going to work properly with Elgato anymore. I'll have to give it a shot. And if it doesn't, then I'll have to do, then I'll have to figure out another one, because I do plan on doing Raging Blast at some point. But I digress. Eventually, we are going to finish World of Light, get some Smash videos in, and then we're done. LP number 29 was Nicktoons Unite. One of the last LPs that I did before I moved. And to be honest, other than like the obvious bad glitches where the game crashed multiple times, which I'm thinking was just my PS2 being my PS2, I really don't have any regrets for that. I did everything I wanted to do. We did all the levels. We got all the power-ups. I don't think we beefed everybody up to their potential, but I think we made it to a point where I can safely say I'm content where we were as a project. Nothing else I'd really want to say except for the fact that Jimmy Neutron still sucks in that game. So does Timmy. It's basically SpongeBob and Danny Phantom carrying literally everything. But then we get to LP 30, which is probably one of the most important ones that I've ever done, and that's Super Mario 64 DS. And it was not supposed to be Super Mario 64 DS, as many of you know. Unfortunately, a very good friend of mine died in June of 2017, and as I know I've said it multiple times, but losing him really messed me up for a very long time. And the reason I chose Mario 64 DS was because that was the game we got. Because when we both went to Best Buy and we bought the game, the system, we both chipped in about $70 each. It was like 130 plus change. And then his mom got us a game that we could share. My mom ended up getting me Pokemon Platinum for it. I mean, Pokemon Diamond. He had Pokemon Pearl. And then that was rude, Donkey Kong. And then we shared Mario 64 DS. Because it said, oh, you can have multiplayer with it. But they didn't know that you have to have 2 copies of the game in order to do the multiplayer. But I digress. Yeah, I'm 6 years later, and I'm still not dealing with his death that well. Like, I'm still... you never really get over, like, the death of a loved one. And... yeah, and I did love the guy. He was one of my closest friends in the world, and my only regret is that he did not live to see any part of that LP come to fruition. Because I still probably would have ended up doing it, but losing him was a real sucker punch to me. And that's why it was one of the first LPs where I did put it on hiatus, but then I went full throttle into wanting to finish it, because emotionally I was in a very bad place for a while. And then on top of that, as I was finishing it, I was going through even more stuff because my grandfather was sick at that point. So yeah, that's a very emotional LP for me to go over. And since it basically puts me at the 60% of the way to 50 mark, I would say it's probably one of the most important LPs on my channel's history, all things considered. Because, really, when you look at it, the 30 LPs, the 29 LPs before Mario 64 DS, and the 20 after it are all different in so many ways. Even the action replays and stuff like that also is different. I changed so much after JD died, and it's like it's tough to go through, really. Like I said, you never want to see a friend go, especially in a way where he had nothing to do with it. It wasn't his fault, and it just happened, like I said, happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it sucks. I'm trying to cope with it better, but there are moments where I will just sink back into dark thoughts, especially pertaining to him. But I do my best to not make that affect any of the rest of my work. So yeah, Mario 64 DS is one of those LPs that I may not have done the best on, but I have no regrets doing. Star Fox Assault was number 31 and was the first in the new breakthrough of kinds of LPs of like me just being a little bit zanier, a little bit more fun, trying things out for the first time in a long time. I enjoyed Star Fox Assault. I still enjoy the game. It's one of my favorite, arguably my favorite Star Fox game. But I don't know. It's a weird one. That LP. I would have liked to do some verses. I would have liked to do some other things with it, but like I said, that was the one that I just wanted to get something over and done with very quickly, and then proceed to do the next thing that would happen at some point after that. So it wasn't one of those where I was like extremely, oh, we have to do something with this immediately or else shit will go down or something like that. But like, nah, I don't. It's not one of those be-all and end-all things for me. What do I want to do next? Oh, what the hell? We'll go to Bowser's Castle next.